Thanks, Kent. Really proud of our players. Thought their effort was tremendous, really guarded on the defensive end. Ball security was a huge concern coming in. Florida State's third in the country in forcing turnovers. We were able to limit those to 11. Just thought our guys really competed. Once again, to score 53 points in the second half on a defense that's that disruptive in Florida State, is really a credit to our players. And, we're thankful to get the win. Jalen Reed, you saw with the injury a minute and a half in, has a sprained knee. He'll be evaluated tomorrow, and I'll have a further update after that testing is complete.
Yeah, Coach. I mean, for Jalen Reed to go out so early in the game, and then for guys like Corey Chess, Damian Collins, Robert Miller, Derek Found, all kind of step up and play their role. Just how impressed were you with the front court performance tonight?
Well, I thought they all contributed to winning. Damian really only had 1 day of practice under his belt coming off the dislocated shoulder, and he comes out and blocks 4 shots. Had a couple nice finishes at the goal, gets 3 offensive rebounds. Corey, once again, I thought he was fantastic defensively. And then he gets you 10 rebounds. And then Derek, I thought really came in. He was +3 in his segment in the first half. But I tell you, I thought a huge moment in the game. They had cut it back down to 4, I believe, and Rob Miller gets back-to-back offensive rebound putbacks. And I thought he was fantastic defensively as well. So, I thought that was a big key for us.
Cam Carter had a brilliant game, not only making shots, but also showed his athleticism. Do you think his athleticism sort of is a little underrated after sort of this type of game?
I don't know how everyone rates his athleticism, but I think he's really fast. I think he plays with great speed on both ends of the floor. He gets 8 rebounds tonight, 7 of them defensive. We knew that would be a big key for us. Gets to the free throw line. I thought he hit some big shots for us. He hit the 3 to get us tied up there to start the second half. And, I think he just did a little bit of everything for us tonight to help us get the win.
Coach, I noticed you kind of started a new tradition by going to the student section after every home win. Could you talk to me about what building that connection with the fans means, especially on a night tonight?
Yeah, we've done it. I think it's always happened here, but we're trying to be very intentional. We need the students in here. This arena gets loud when you get people in here, and our guys are working their tails off. I think we have a really connected group, which allows us to keep getting better as a team, and it makes a difference when that end zone is full. And so we've tried to be very intentional, getting out on campus, going to different events, and trying to get the students in the building, and we'll continue those efforts moving forward.
Hey, Coach, last year y'all ranked 150th in three-point defense. This year y'all are top 10. Just held Florida State to 31% from 3. Just what was the emphasis this offseason, and what are y'all doing, I guess, differently than last year?
Well, we've talked about that a lot. We tried to be very intentional in how we recruited out of the transfer portal. We knew we needed to upgrade our perimeter defense. So you go and get a guy, Jai Bailey, who's second in the A-10 in steals, grades out as an elite defender on a top 20 defense in the country last year at Richmond. Cam Carter grades out as an excellent defender on a top 25 defense at Kansas State last year. So I think it starts there. Jordan Sears. And then the forwards, I think we have length, athleticism, and high activity there. So we obviously put a great value on defending the 3, and I think our players have really bought in and done a terrific job defensively.
Florida State obviously very, very long and athletic. It's not the first time nor the last time that Sears will be the smallest guy on the floor, but can you kind of speak to his toughness and ability to keep driving in there even though it wasn't maybe as successful in the first half as it was in the second?
Yeah. No, I heard some of the fans yelling at me to pass the ball and move the ball, but it's the way Florida State plays. They switch every single screen. You can't run set plays against them. And so you need to get into matchups and then attack off the bounce when you feel like you have a favorable matchup. And I thought Jordan did a really good job of recognizing that. And he got in there. He kicked out for some open shots. He had a couple really nice finishes at the rim. Got to the free throw line and converted. It's something we've worked with him, and we talked him through in the recruiting process. He was a top 5 catch and shoot three-point guy in the country last year. But now you come to the SEC, the number 1 shot blocking league in America. You got to think a little differently when you get in the lane, and I thought he showed good maturity there tonight.
To that point, do you have any idea how the SEC's done tonight?
I have no clue.
9-0 right now.
Well, I'm not surprised. Not surprised. I mean, someone sent me a deal like by the metrics that the SEC through the first month is one of the top 3 leagues in the last 20 years, something like that. So the league is loaded. That's why these games are so important, and really proud of our players for finding a way to win.
On Monday, you didn't sound like Damian would be coming back. Did he come back like about a week or 2 earlier than you thought, or what happened?
Well, we just weren't sure. Sunday was his first day back, and he was all non-contact. The presser on Monday was before practice. That was his first contact he had had since the injury against Pitt, and he said he felt good, no pain. And he was ready to help the team. And so I'm really proud of the work he's put in. He's had a great offseason, and we're thrilled to have him back.
Are you happy with these victories you're getting over these non-conference opponents? I mean, obviously it's early in the year to be talking a resume and all that, but you scored a few of them so far.
Well, I think it's huge. I guess we're 3-1 in these Power 4 games. We have another ACC opponent in a week at SMU and over in Dallas. And you got to take advantage of your opportunities because, to Hunt's point, it's looking like every game in the SEC is going to be a quad 1 game. The league's just loaded.
Florida State's Jameer Watkins. See here, he had 6 of 19 shooting. I guess what did you see out there that had him had that bad night shooting-wise?
I thought good team defense, and back to the earlier question. I mean, Jai Bailey, we always put him on the other team's best player, and he's delivered every night out to this point, and I expect he'll continue to do so. I thought he uses his IQ and feel for the game. He makes it really difficult to get easy shots. They got us on one back door early, but I thought Jameer really had to work for every shot he got, and I thought that was a credit not only to Jai, but just the team defensive plan surrounding him.
Victorious Miller, first half, looked like he was pressing a little bit, 1 for 6, and then comes out in the second half, goes 3 for 6, hits 3 triples. Just can you talk about maybe his growth and kind of just what this performance might lead to going forward for him?
I think the key word, Glenn, has been consistency. I believe that's the 6th straight game now in double figures. Versus all the switching. He found a couple matchups there in the second half that he was able to take advantage of off the bounce. And, I love his creativity. He can get to his spots. You notice the high release on his shot. He's able to raise up and shoot over even bigger defenders. And I want him playing with unlimited confidence out on the floor.
One more question, and we'll send him to radio, and Coach Hamilton will come in.
Coach, back to the defense. Even with Jalen Reed out, Corey Chest and Damian Collins were really just a force down in the paint. Even with Florida State winning the rebounding battle by 2, it seemed like down there they were unstoppable in making sure that Florida State wasn't getting many second chance points.
Yeah, well, Ewan's a monster. I mean, he had 11 offensive rebounds. A heck of a performance by him. But I thought those guys really competed and made it difficult on him. He had to work for everything he got. But overall, you look at the field goal percentage, especially in the second half, where we were able to get going and really efficient offensively. 57% from the floor and 46 from 3, able to get enough stops on the other end. But I thought all our guys that played contributed, played extremely hard, did what we needed to do to get out of here with the win.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.